Hey family, I hope all is well with you. I decided to do a quick video. I want many of you know your sister's doing just fine. Yes, I am. Um, I had a interesting dream last night, and I've told many of you a while back. This is like before we start having these crises, when it comes to the food shortage. When it came to COVID and all of that, I was letting many of you know everything's not going to affect everybody, okay? And many of you understood what I was saying by that statement. Yes, we have eyes. We see what's going on. We see, how these crises affects people. Even us, 'cause we have loved ones that have been affected by them. But anyway, but many of us have received like warnings, and the spirit would also let us know that, be still. Okay, you would get some kind of sign. I didn't mean to say warnings, but you would get some type of sign, okay, to where the spirit is saying be still. Yeah, you see what's going on, okay? You see what's going on, but you be still, okay? Don't you jump the gun. Don't you react, okay? And I've spoken of this before. Many of you know, okay, because that's all I do. I speak about my truth, my testimony when it comes to my spiritual awakening and experiences that I've had. So this is going to be one of those, okay? But also, I'm going to speak about two, dreams slash visions that I've had, and it will help many of you to get it, to understand where your sister's coming from when you moving forward, okay? When you're moving forward from this day forth, okay? May it encourage many of you, all right? 'Cause these dreams and visions definitely encourage me, and I'm grateful for them, okay? They help me to be prepared and to be able to know what to do and when to do. To know what to do and when to, shall I say. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out where to start. Now, we know that the wide path, that's the path of distraction, as well as that's the path when you are distracted on the wrong thing or on the wrong person. Okay? And the wide path is also that path to where the enemy definitely loves that path because it keeps the Most High God's children, off their purpose. It keeps the Most High God children so distracted to where they don't see the holes that the power that be is trying to dig for us to fall into, because we're so distracted on the wrong things or on the wrong people, shall I say. And, the enemy can use anybody. Let me just say that, even family members. Hello, somebody. But anyway, that wide path is something else. But, I mean, who's never been in it and who's never had fun while they were in it, okay? It's a lot of excitement going on, okay? It's a lot of distraction, party over here, party over there, It's a lot of things going on in the wide path. And while you're surrounded by all these distractions, you don't see what's in front of you, okay? While you're so distracted by so many things coming at you from the right to the left, all behind you, you're not focused on what's in front of you, okay? So anyway, I had two dreams, and one of them, I went over this before. I'm going to go over it again. I'm going to title this The Storm, okay? I don't know if it's going to be The Storm or Prepare for the Storm. It's going to be one of them. But anyway, just take that you feel that you need to, family, and apply it, okay? Because many people always hit me up and let me know that the words that have come out of my mouth has really helped them, because I know that when I'm, receiving downloads from the spirit realm, and which is to, not only give me guidance, but also, to help me stay on the right path, I know it can be very beneficial to any of my brothers and sisters who have ears to hear, okay? And I said it with love. Now, I had one dream slash vision, and that's how I'm going to call it, okay? I'm going to say dream slash vision, because I do see with my spiritual sight, okay? I see real good, okay? And this has been like a couple of years back. Some of you can correct me if you remember exactly when I had went over this particular dream slash vision. But with this one, I was living in the house with my family. And during this time, I don't remember. Let me see, what my daughter was around? I don't remember. But anyway, she's 9, but I can't remember bring her up in this particular dream slash vision. But anyway, I was at home with my family, and I was looking out, out front of the door, and a school bus had dropped some children off, right? And I was looking, and I was seeing the kids getting off the school bus, and I was looking around, and I also noticed that it was getting real cloudy outside, I didn't think too much of it. But these clouds was getting, but not only was it getting cloudy, but these particular clouds, they look like storm clouds. Like you can tell like a storm was brewing. And then, the more I stayed outside, looking around, because I went ahead and stepped outside. I started off looking outside first. Then I noticed the kids getting off the school bus. And then I looked up and I was looking around, looking up in the sky. It was cloudy. And then I went ahead and stepped on out, standing on top of the porch, looking around. And then I noticed these clouds looked like storm clouds. And then the wind started to really, really blow. And then something said, go inside. I'm like, go inside. So I went inside, and I'm going to really chop it up. I ain't going to make that long, okay? Just have ears to hear. But I was hearing this voice on the inside. It was my voice. It said, go inside. So I said, So I went inside. And then by the time I went inside and closed the door, all of a sudden I could just hear howling wind. I was just hearing this howling wind. Now, normally, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to keep it real with you. Normally, when when the wind is blowing and it's thundering outside, sometimes I come outside because I just love the sound of thunder. A lot of people can't stand it. Animals can't stand it. But I love the sound of thunder. To me, it's relaxing. It's calming, very calming to my spirit. And that is a time that I get real quiet. I don't like to talk, when it's storm outside. But I will come outside as long as it's not lightning. So... But in my dreams, someone told me to go inside. So I went inside. As soon as I closed the door, it's like I was hearing howling wind. Kind of remind you of the howling that you would hear like when it's a hurricane, something like that. The wind just be talking, it just howling. I said, damn, that storm really, came up real quick. So I don't know who made the conscious decision to, get some candles out. But I remember we all got some candles out, and we were all in the front room anyway. Cause a lot of times that's what we do in my family. We all sit around in the front room and be talking. So we all, gathered some candles, and we had them in the front room because that was the main area we were going to be in anyway. And, we had them just in case if we need them, right? We didn't light them, but we didn't light the candles or anything. So anyway, it was just howling. All of a sudden, it got real dark outside. It just got real dark. So it's one thing for the, to be hearing the howling sound of the wind, but it got real dark outside. I'm like, oh my God, it might be a tornado warning or something like that. But anyway, this was a spiritual storm. So keep that in mind. So it got real, real dark outside, and then we started hearing screams. We was like, what's going on? Like it turned to a horror movie. We was like, what's going on? And, I walked over to the window. To the window, and I was looking out, and I was hearing people running. And it like they were running from something. But I couldn't see what they were running from. It's like they were just running from something. I said, it bothered me because they were seeing something I wasn't seeing. I was like, oh my God, And then we had like a patio door in the back, and I went ahead and closed that blind up. And I said, let's close the blinds up and everything, because we didn't know what was going on. And we sure here won't let nobody in. And that's all we were hearing was just screaming, But remember, this was a dream / vision that I had a couple of years back. And we lit those, we went ahead and lit those candles just in case the power go out. As soon as we lit the candles, the power went out. So we sitting there like, oh my goodness, the power's out. oh, it's good that we lit these candles. Something on the inside told me, don't look outside the window anymore. Do not go outside the door and keep the candle lit. Okay? That's what I heard within me. Don't look out the window. Don't go outside the doors and keep the candle lit. So, the irony of that dream/vision, heed the voice. Okay? When they tell you do something, you do it. Okay? You do it. You don't question it. No procrastinating. You do it. And a lot of times, family, the spirit tells us to go to the right, we go to the left. We don't heed it. But then when we get down the road and there's a roadblock, we understand why it told us to go the opposite direction. But anyway, the irony of that dream/vision was, heed the spirit. Keep your oil in your lamp. Okay? The ultimate oil is the lamp you have within you. We all have to have that spark of God that's within us. Okay? And it will guide you. Okay? And as long as you keep it, and let me say this also, can nobody dim your light but you. Okay? Or when we let people trigger us and, when we end up blowing our vibration down to us, we did that. We should know better. We should see it for what it is, okay? But it happens to the best of us, okay? But it is for us to correct it, okay? But the irony of that dream/vision was keep your light, your inner lamp lit and bright, because you never know when the storm is going to come. And see, when that storm comes, you still in the midst of the darkness, you can see your way. Okay? Because that light, nothing low vibrational, disembodied spirits, you name it, it's going to touch you because it wants no part of that light. Yes, you are the ultimate light because, just like a moth is always attracted to a flame, right? Oh, they see you in the midst of the darkness. They see you, and they are attracted to your light. But they know when they touch you, your light's going to burn them, okay? They're going to disintegrate. That light's going to burn them because they touch you. And also that light, expose them as well, okay? Because they were once in the darkness, and here they are attracted to your light. And when they get to your light, okay, your light is burning them off. So basically, they really want no parts of your light, but they still attracted to your light. But the more what I got out of that dream/vision was keep your inner lamp bright. Stay in your heart space, even in the midst of darkness, even in the midst of your storm, even in the midst of when there's like food scare shortages, because you're going to hear a lot of this going on. People are going to be talking about it, okay? Be still. Be still. Don't be like others, okay? Mucky see, mucky do. You be still. You don't know why you're told to be still, but it's a reason for it. You be still, okay? And keep your inner lamp bright, because that is what's going to help you get through it, okay? Keep this bright on the inside. Keep oil in your lamp. And somebody caught that. I wasn't trying to get all religious because I'm very spiritual. I grew up in the church, so I understand what that's all about, okay? I'm not here to be judging anybody. All I'm saying is keep oil in your lamp, family. Don't dim your light for nobody. Because that's the ultimate goal out here, the power that be, is trying to dim your lamp. Trying to get you off your, how do they say, trying to get you off of your game, shall I say? While we stayed together, and we had a lamp, in the room, okay? It kept our area, lit to where, we weren't in complete darkness. Okay, that is the light, okay, of the candle. All right, that was illuminating the dark space. Well, on the inside, and even though when we go within ourselves in this darkness, it's still a light. Okay, because when you go within yourself, you are the one that's illuminating your inner lamp within, and you're also the one that's illuminating your space. That's what I meant to say, illuminating your space within. Okay, it is that spark of God that's within you that you are expanding, and that's what helps you to be able to see what's around you. As within, so without. Those people, they were running from things that they could not see, okay? But once we, it came complete darkness, okay? Because the lights went out. We had our candle already lit, okay? the irony of it, we were safe. Okay, that's the irony of it. So yeah, definitely keep your spark within of God of source. Okay, keep it lit, family. Don't let no one dim your light. Now, so that way, in the midst of your storm, whatever so-called the next scare, okay, you're going to know to be still, okay, because your inner lamp within is going to guide you, and it's going to let you know what to do, okay. It's going to let you know what to do because you have that link of God, okay. You have that link with source, all right, that's going to warn you and let you know what to do, okay. It's always going to send you help, okay. It's always going to send you signs. So anyway, I'm through with that. The dream/vision I had last night, I was driving. Where I was going, I cannot tell you, but I was driving. And there was a guy that was behind me, all up on my ass, on my bumper. Okay, excuse my language. But you know how it is, how people are, they be very rude. And, I can't stand when somebody driving all up on my bumper, but I get it. They want you to move a little faster. Okay, but if you have other cars in front of you, you can't move fast as they want you to. So it's best they just go around if they can. But in this dream/vision, this guy was all over my ass on my bumper, and I was looking up and I saw him, and I just kept driving the normal speed. I'm like, honey, you want to go, if you in that much of a rush, you just go around, okay? Hello. And that's how I was looking at it in my dream/vision. So I'm driving. I noticed the traffic ahead of me was getting slower and slower and slower. And I'm like, I said, I know he gonna really be tripping now, because he already, all up on my ass already on my bumper. Because, I'm not driving fast enough. So all of a sudden, he goes around me, right? Because the cars in front of me, they was moving so slow, it's like all of a sudden we just stand still. But there were gaps in between. If you want to like be dodging in and out, you could. Okay, if you wanted to. Okay, it was a 2-lane. So, me, here I am being a follower. Now, this is in my dream/vision now, okay? Listen. I'm being a follower because I see he's getting ahead. He's getting somewhere, right? So, instead of me just stopping like the cars in front of me and being patient and just get an idea what's going on first, I see he's getting somewhere because he went from around me and he started doing like this, dodging in and out of cars. But he was getting ahead. So I took off right behind him, and I started doing the same thing right behind him. And I was like, okay, it's good, that he did, get in front of me because we're getting somewhere. So I thought. I said, we're getting somewhere. Before I know it, I look back where I once was, it was way back there. And by me following him, we were way ahead. But then eventually, we came to a standstill anyway. There were cars that was all piled up near a bridge, like an overpass. And by us actually stopping, I had something to say, look around. So I stopped and I looked around in my dream/vision. I looked around. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I saw a tornado in the distance. And it was heading our way. Okay, in my dream/vision, I saw this tornado in the distance and it was headed our way. All right, and in my dream/vision, it wasn't to my left, it was to my right. And I was like, oh shit. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should just get out the car and just run to that bridge overpass, but it was at a good little distance. Now, the guy that was in front of me, the one that I followed, he was just sitting there. Because he couldn't move any, he couldn't go any further because car was just all piled up. Now, while I was piled up, maybe due to the winds or whatever, but for some reason, I wasn't even thinking I wasn't even, acknowledging the wind that was going on, okay? All of a sudden, I realized, we were in the midst of this storm that was brewing. There was a tornado in the distance headed our way, okay? And I'm sitting up here trying to figure out how to get out of it, okay? I'm like, should I get on my ride? Should I run, and just hope for the best, that I would actually make it up under that bridge overpass? I was trying to think of a way out. Okay? That's it right there. I was trying to think of a way out. And I'm sure he was trying to think of a way out too. But at this time, I wasn't worried about him. I thought about myself. I said, oh, man, what can I do? What can I do? Because, oh, my God, oh, my God, tornado coming. Because that's everybody's worst fear is being in the path of a tornado. Something inside of me said, stop. I said, okay. I stopped. I got real quiet. Because you gotta be still and you got to quiet the mind in order to hear from God, okay? From source. You got to be still. And I'm looking at that tornado moving closer and closer. And something inside of me say, I'm going to let go and let God. If it's my time, it's my time. I said, Lord, forgive me. I said, forgive me, Most High God. Forgive me for trying to save myself. I remember in the Word, it's in the Word, I remember reading, it said, for those who are going to try to save themselves are going to lose. For those who are just going to try to save themselves will lose it. And for those who lose themselves will save it. It's something like that. I know I misquoted, but maybe you know what I'm talking about. Just those you Bible thumpers, those you Bible readers, you know exactly what I'm talking about, all right? But it's speaking from the perspective of like how many people are going to just react, okay, and try to save themselves. But in the midst of the storm, they're not stopped, they're not thinking, they're not reflecting, they're not being still to hear from God. These are going to be the people that's going to react, okay? And they're going to end up, instead of, them heeding, going to source and what does source have to say about the situation? They're trying to handle the matter on their own, okay? They're trying to save themselves. And a lot of time when you're like this, you're distracted, you're not being still, and you will find yourself, actually in the path of the storm. You'll find yourself in the path of the enemy, shall I say. Had I been still, okay, in my dream/vision in the beginning, instead of being all about mucky see, mucky do, trying to follow someone that I thought was going somewhere. Yeah, they was going somewhere all right in the path of that storm, but I didn't know that. Cause remember, I was further back. I end up actually being more in the path of the tornado by following him. Had I been still, I would have been further back. You get it? But I was caught up in mucky see, mucky do. I see somebody running. He wasn't running, but to me, he was getting somewhere, which really he wasn't. But had I been still and looked around, I would have saw, okay, there's a storm brewing, and yeah, there is a tornado in the distance. So let me be still and see what, the Father wants me to do. Let me be still and commune with my higher self, just let me be still so I can figure out what to do in this scenario. I didn't do that. I got caught up. Okay, I got caught up. And we all can get caught up. Okay, when you're caught up, you're not being still. So what had happened was I surrendered. I said, okay. I said, okay. I said, forgive me. I said, okay. I'm trying to save myself. Okay, help me. I surrender. If it's my time, it's my time. I surrender. I got still. The tornado came. I saw it. At first, it was just swirling around. Woo! The more I said it's swirling around, a bird flew over my ride, but it seemed like the bird was going to run into the window, but it didn't. Wow. To me, it was like an angel feather, but anyway, it was a bird wing. That's all I can say. It was a bird wing. I didn't see the bird, but I saw the wing of the bird. But anyway, had I had this phone camera like this, maybe you would have saw it too. But anyway, and maybe you wouldn't have saw it. It could have been for me. But anyway, I said I'm gonna be still. So the tornado finally approached us where we was, because we was in the path of it, and I was just letting go and trusting God, and I had my eyes closed. I saw it. I went ahead and just closed my eyes. I was like, what's going to be, it's going to be. I trust God. I am divinely covered and protected. I just surrendered. That's the key word. I surrendered. Instead of trying to save myself, I surrendered. I said, Lord, I trust you. What's going to be, going to be. And I closed my eyes. But before I closed my eyes, I saw the darkness of the clouds, that was hovering down, from the sky. I saw them surrounding me. And you can see debris and everything. And then my SUV started rocking. It was rocking side to side. It was just rocking. And I was like this, okay? I had both hands like this. And I like this was going to be, going to be. And in the midst of me like that, yes, I was praising the Most High God. Yes, I was. I like, Lord, have your way. And I closed my eyes. And my SUV was rocking like this. And before I know it, I could tell my SUV was lifted off the ground. I could just feel, it just felt different. The pressure in my SUV just felt different. It's like a floating feeling. I'm inside. I was like, oh boy, I was just praising the Most High God. And before I know it, that whirling train sound got louder and louder. That's what it sounded like, a freight train. It got louder and louder and louder. And I was hearing that wind. And I had I always keep like a little thing. I always keep like a jacket in my ride, right? I grabbed it, I put it over my face to protect my face from any glass, that might hit me. And I was just sitting there, just praising the Most High God with my eyes closed. And before I know it, the sound went away. And my SUV stopped rocking. I took the jacket off over my face. I looked around. That tornado had lifted my SUV up and swirled me all the way over to see the path that we were going, right? You can go straight or you can exit off, and you know how you can go around the ramp and you're on the top of a bridge. I was way yonder on top of a bridge, but God's spirit that was guiding that tornado landed me safely on top of a bridge. Now, in my dream/vision. Now, the points of this dream/vision. In the midst of any storm, family, that we may have to face, trust God. Okay? Be still. Don't be like your sister, foolish, in my dream/vision, and you're trying to save yourself. Just be still. Every tornado you see on the news, they cause mass destruction. I know how I call it mass destruction, because they will flatten an area like no other. They will always skip over certain homes, okay? For whatever reason. Even beach homes. Certain beach homes are not even touched. You might have a beach home in the middle, not touched, but on each side, they just flatten. When you know that you are covered, the Most High God will cover His children in the midst of the storm. You don't have to figure nothing out. Just be. Just know whose you are and just be in the midst of the storm. A way will be made. He will send you signs and warnings in advance. And you will know what to do. But when we get to that mucky see, mucky do, you're trying to save yourself. You're trying to be a follower. You're running behind other people. You'll find yourself running right into the hands of the enemy. When all alone should have been still. In my dream/vision, I was caught up in the mucky see, mucky do, because I was trying to save myself, when I should have been just still and trust and know. Because really, where I was where I needed to be. Where I was where I needed to be. I was not in the path of that tornado had I been still where I was. But see, I started to move. I got caught up in mucky see, mucky do. I was further down the road to where the tornado was coming this way. And I was right there in its path. But the Most High God still spared me. That's the irony of it. He still spared me by His grace. He still spared me. I was lifted up. That tornado could do me like this and just threw my ass miles, okay? But it safely landed me on top of a bridge. Everybody else was down below. I was up high on top of a bridge. Unscathed. Neither window was busted or anything. Because that's the Most High God's grace. I'm sharing it for many of you because no matter what's going to come ahead down the road, just know you're covered. The Most High God loves you. But He wants His children to be still. Okay? Be still and know.